Hello everyone. I've seen, well, there are tons of videos on both VESSEL and Wera screwdrivers out there, and I want to make this video as well. First of all, I wanted to point out a few things if anyone is considering getting these, and I also see this as an excuse to show off my collection of them. First thing to point out, there are, as far as I'm aware, in terms of actual screwdrivers, there are three versions of these VESSEL screwdrivers. There are these green ones here that are just sort of regular ones. Then the red ones here that are sort of a Tang-tru design. It's just one rod going through the entire thing, and then you have like a cap here, steel cap on the back of them that you can hit with a hammer. The idea being that you can hammer them into the screw to not just make them to make them grip the screw better, but also you send vibrations into the screw to loosen it if it's a really rusty one, and then you can put a wrench on here to apply extra torque to them. And the last one are these, what's called the impactor, which works like a regular, it combines like an impact screwdriver like this and a regular screwdriver. So they have like a camming mechanism inside, as you can see in this very badly focused video. Okay, now it's focused. So when you hit them with a hammer in the end, they will sort of cam to the one side to try to break the screws loose. Well, in that case, it will be that way, to the left, just like one of these will do. I mean, they're cool design, cool idea. I have made a previous video testing these out. I mean, they work, yes, but they don't work as well as one of these. What I do like about them is when you, like I've said before, they work like a regular screwdriver when you don't need the impact bit, so you don't have to fiddle around with bits and so forth. You can just, use them as, or have them like this in your toolbox, and then you can, impact and knock them loose. One thing I want to point out about these VESSEL ones that I have at least not heard anyone else mention, not on forums or in any other YouTube video. The green ones here, which are the sort of regular ones, the plastic, and this is not the case on any of the other ones. I do want to say that straight away. This is not the case on any of the other ones, but the plastic used here, this green plastic, it feels very cheap. Like, I'm really surprised. It's clearly some sort of ABS plastic. No, it's not ABS. It's oh, what's the other one called? Well, yeah, I don't recall the term for the other stuff, but it's a reinforced plastic. What's it called? Fiberglass reinforced plastic. I think it's something like that. But I don't know. It just feels cheap. That's what I'm saying. And it's a different plastic used on both the impactors and the Tang-tru model. One thing though I want to address as well, on the Wera, this funny looking handle here, it fits excellent in your hands, especially if you really have to torque something. And even here it's sticking to my hand. Like, these fit really well in your hand, whereas these, even if they say non-slip on them, this sort of more streamlined design in comparison, it yeah, it just doesn't let you talk it as much. One thing these have going for them that the regular Veras don't have is they have this what's it called, checkering, is that what it's called, on them, where you can bite really hard onto them with a pair of pliers and sort of do the same thing you would do here with a wrench, but just with a pair of pliers instead, and that way you can apply extra torque. One thing with this more streamlined handle design though, is if you have to hold it like this, if you're working in a really tight space, I do like these better because that way I can grip them like this. Whereas with the Wera, it's gonna feel a little awkward to do. I mean, it's not impossible, but this design is just nicer for them. If that has a value to you or not, I don't know. I just wanted to point it out. But yeah, I mean, as you can obviously see here, I have both. I do highly recommend getting both. They are excellent tools, excellent quality. One thing to note about the VESSEL ones is that these are JIS, which stands for Japanese Industrial Standard. These, well, that's like, you know how you have like Posi Drive, Philips. JIS is another one of those. They are only, as far as I'm aware, they're only used in Japanese-made motorcycles, motors, even electronics. I do not, to my knowledge, they're not used in anything other than something made in Japan. But JIS will work in Phillips screws, whereas a Phillips screw will not work very well in a JIS screw. So here you have the best of both worlds, so to speak. I think VESSEL also make Posi drives. I'm pretty sure they do, but Posi is not JIS. I do want to point that out. JIS is its own thing. Apart from that, yeah, I think that's summing it up here. By the way, these are different brands. These are sort of a cheap brand called Mitsutomo. They're obviously heavily inspired by the Wera, sorry, screwdrivers. Also fits great in your hand. It doesn't have the same sticky rubber, and it's obviously a cheaper plastic. This is definitely ABS plastic. Definitely ABS plastic. But regardless, I mean, considering what I paid for them, they work extremely well. But I've actually not had a single one of them fail. But I mean, that's just my thoughts on both VESSEL and Wera screwdrivers so far. I'll obviously make another video updating you if I have any other things, any complaints, anything else to say about them. But so far, those are my thoughts. Again, I want to make it clear that this is not me bashing any of these brands. This is not me criticizing them. I just, again, this with the handle, it's just simply a feel. It doesn't affect the way they work, or obviously they haven't degraded or anything. I just wanted to point it out because I haven't come across anyone else who've mentioned that. But again, both are excellent quality. Both work fantastic. So yeah. Anyway, that was all I had to say, and thank you for watching, everyone.